Continuing our tour of the property, this is the control panel for the septic system which we just toured. Let's continue our tour. We're now going to look at the future Site B building, which is going to be a Tier 3 producer building. As you can see, the pipes continue, septic system to the big building, and further along the path you can see the gravity pipes sticking out of the ground. As I said, we live next to a beautiful forest. Let's go look inside the building. As you can see, there's our mobile home, and you can see right to the left of it the leach fields. We've come that far in our walk. Let's go into the building. This building used to be packed with almost 30 years of accumulated storage. It took us 6 months to clean it out. We pressure cleaned all the surfaces. We got the electricity hooked up. We have rudimentary lighting. We planned to put a cover or a top, asphalt top on this section. So let's take a look at how big this building really is. It's a perfect pot growing building. Some building materials. This building is 200 feet long by 120 feet wide by 29 feet high. It is development ready to enclose a large marijuana production facility. We have a flat asphalt floor. With no slope variations. It's nice and flat. This was the original ventilation fan for this building. Moves 10,000 cubic feet of air per minute. Wonderful building, isn't it? Great development potentials. This is another building of exactly the same dimensions. Let's walk through the pathway between these two buildings. That sun's nice and bright. Look how large those buildings are and the path in between. We shall now take a walk around the building. This building is going to be the future site A of our production and processing facility, which is scheduled to open on April 1st, 2016. License number 413339. A Tier 2 license. This section will be fenced and contain a shipping storage container and a waste product dumpster, which will hold all of our equipment and supplies and store our marijuana product waste per Washington state regulations. This is the back of the building. What a wonderful area it is, isn't it? Between June 2014 and December 2015, this property was a jungle. You could not walk through here. It was overgrown with 30 years worth of trash and growth. We leveled it. Took 6 months to do it. We removed a lot of environmentally unfriendly objects that were left here and dumped. So in a sense, we improved the property by removing all the environmentally unfriendly contaminants. You name it, it was here. This whole back of the building was a dump. That pile of rubble is what's left of it. As I mentioned, we live next to a beautiful forest. This rubble represents the remnant of the previous industry on this property, which was a lumber yard. Well, in the progressive alphabet, M comes after L. The next thing it's going to be is a marijuana yard. Look at the wonderful forest we live next to. This property is a blessing for its aesthetics and its function. And this is the start of the septic system, which ends on the hill where the leach fields are. Do you see the function of this site? It's perfect for this. I'd like to mention that we have cleared our federal, state, and county EPA requirements for development. Electricity is readily available from the highway, so is water. There are 40 acres here out of the flood zone. As you can see, my big hand and thumb, you can also see the uniqueness of this property and its large development potential. Here we are, back to start. Let's take a look at the power box. The water fountain. Actually, the large city water pump. This is where we started our walk, and now we're going to walk around the other side of the building. That's the firehouse. Or rather the fire water pump station. And this is the pump station connected to the city water supply. Well, look how large this is. Let's get this view. We're going to have to clean this shed out and get the boys in on this. Through the door we go. This is the property line facing Highway 101. In November of 2014, we connected to the water supply in the city of Hoquiam. We are now going to walk the path where the water supply from the city gives us water to the site. Similar to the septic system, there were 3-foot wide, 8-foot deep ditches dug, and we have 2-inch pipe under these ditches. Wouldn't that be nice if this could be a garden? That's our froggy friend who lives there. And we're coming up to our first water connection here. Well, and there's an auxiliary ditch to the highway. And here we are in the back of our buildings. And thank you for taking the tour. of the Green Harvest Cannabis Company, whose scheduled opening is the 1st of April 2016. As Site A Tier 2 production and processing facility, license number 413339, located at 95 US Highway 101. Now, as a last notation to this video, the parcel number on this property is 75630 420-0000. Note that, folks. Our property parcel number ends in 420. And just as you see that green tree growing here